Let's go, Dano.
Dano.
We should probably do 3 more
Welcome
claps.
to episode 17 with Brittany Saucier.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So, yeah, we're going to be bridging the gap with Brittany. You run Worksphere, multiple locations, actually.
Yes.
We just happen to be in the Tacoma location at the moment.
Mm-hmm. We have 4 locations right now.
4?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
When did 4
madness.
happen?
Yeah, what is going on
I thought
here?
you had 2.
4. So we have this one. We have Ballard. And then we have Bellevue. And then we're opening another one in Bellevue. And that is set to open in March.
Why are you leaving us for King County? So often.
It's just where we have a relationship with a landlord. So it's kind of how it works.
So to give you a background of who Brittany is to us,
Yes.
a year ago when Brian and I became brokers and we were looking for, well, we thought we were going to work from home. That lasted about a week.
Yeah, maybe.
And we said we needed to find something. So we drove around Tacoma. We looked for all these shared workspaces. And I think you were the third or fourth one we looked at.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no offense to the Wells Fargo building, but
that you suck.
yeah, the vibe in there stunk. We looked at the Pioneer Collective. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was in a basement.
Yeah.
And then we came in here.
What was the one over here by the coffee shop? I can't remember what it was called.
The Pioneer Collective.
Oh, that was the Pioneer Collective?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we knew that when we met you, we were home.
Yep.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes.
We walked in here, we're like, oh my God, this place is amazing.
This is dope.
Yeah. There was a vibe in here. There was energy. There's light. It was just like,
Yeah.
Ryan and I were like, we're pinching ourselves like, are you kidding me? This is it.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
love to hear that. I mean, I think there's some great spaces in town. They all kind of have their own flavor, their own price point. It just depends on what your business is, what you're looking for. Yeah, but there's definitely great options in Tacoma.
So you've grown since we came here.
Yes.
Like when we came here, the
significantly.
third floor was there. You owned it, but it wasn't really. I don't think you had any occupants in it yet.
Yeah.
A year ago.
No, we didn't. No, we've been up there, I guess, about a year now. So, yeah, we did the Tacoma expansion, and then we've done, I think we had Ballard when you guys were here.
You did.
Yeah, and then, yeah, the 2 in Bellevue.
So how many total offices do you have available in this location?
Oh, available? So we
Like-
have almost 50 offices in this building.
Okay,
I think
that's
I
cool.
just have 6 right now that are available.
Six open,
Yeah,
but 50 spots to rent.
so
Yeah.
we're pretty full.
Brian and I love being here. Like the vibe here is so cool. You're always amazing to work with.
Yes.
Thank you.
100%.
Again, when we met you, it was really, we knew we were home. We knew that we were going to be here. I don't think we'll ever leave here, to be
No.
honest with you.
I hope not. We'll never leave either. We're going to be here a long time. So.
Yeah.
The cool thing for us about this place and is really being able to grow. You know, even if you're full, we know that there will be spots available because their turnover does happen every once in a while.
I mean, yeah.
And we can grow into other spaces. And not only that, you have shared workspace. You don't even have to rent an office. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, we start with a virtual office plan. So if really you just need a place to get mail and maybe hold a couple of meetings a month, $75 a month.
That is so affordable.
Yeah, it's really affordable.
Yeah.
And then if you want to like come in and work every day and just sit in the open spaces, grab a desk, sit on the couch, whatever, $199 a month. And that's 24/7 access. You can also use this as a business mailing address. You get access to the conference room. So our whole thing is like, if you want to start a business, we want to be a resource that is reasonable for you to have like a professional place to work.
Yeah, before when Ryan and I were talking about leaving, I was looking at this Class A office space. It was hardly much bigger than the space we're in now, but it was a triple net lease. They wanted $21 a square foot for the year. It was going to pencil out, all in with all of the expenses. It was going to be like $2,500 a month, and I was just like, "There's just no way." Like,
and you're signing some crazy long, probably a minimum of 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then that's probably not even, it was triple net, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, here you you don't have to worry about paying the internet bill. You don't
No.
have to worry about the trash or the electricity. Like, we take care of all of that. So
It's amazing.
The printer's here. You can print stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The podcast booth is here.
Yeah.
You can sign up with Dano and Maiko
yeah.
and start your own podcast show like we've done.
Yes.
The Triple D Dynamic Denzio duo. It's like guys, diners, drive-ins, and dives sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, Brittany, you've told us a little bit about Worksphere. Who are you? Tell us about Brittany.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Well, it all started on a spring day in 1985. So I grew up in San Diego. I've lived in Washington since 2015.
So you're relatively speaking, you're newer to this area. Within like the last 10 years.
Within the last 10 years, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My family moved up here. My stepdad is Navy, so my family came up here a while ago, and my mom was always kind of like, move up here. And she works in the building, so now
Yeah.
I hang out with her all the time.
Yes, you do.
I'm in her office more than I'm in my office. But yeah, she was like, come up here, check it out. And I kind of had done all I wanted to do in San Diego. And I grew up there. I lived there till I was 30. So yeah, came up to Washington and worked a few different jobs and just kind of started to get my foot into commercial real estate. I worked for some other co-working spaces in town. And then the owner of this building approached me and asked me if I would be interested in starting my own company. And I was like, well, that's a dream come true. Absolutely. So he basically he's my investor. And he's like, I'll give you what you need. I'll provide all the money. You tell me what you need to get these spaces open and get them profitable. And he has like 18 buildings between Kirkland and Port Orchard. So I just work with him and we fill space. Yeah.
Oh, so the spaces that you have up north are buildings that he owns.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So when's Gig Harbor coming?
He doesn't own anything in Gig Harbor.
Not yet. Let's go. No, that's us.
But well, yeah, I would totally hope.
Can we
help you guys.
we can partner with you on Gig Harbor stuff in the future?
That would be so awesome.
Okay, good.
But I have considered like finding space over there and just signing like a commercial lease under our company because I think Gig Harbor would be amazing.
I think it's needed there.
It totally is.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's some like
Dingy, dark
executive office suites. I've looked at those. They just aren't very good.
No.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes. We want good vibes.
Good vibes
Good vibes only. Yeah.
So you have gone from like working in the shared workspace to now running your own business in the shared workspace.
Yes.
You're also investing in real estate too, right?
Yes, I own a home in Arizona.
Wow. That's awesome. Do you Airbnb it?
No, I have like a permanent tenant there. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's very cool.
So since a lot of what our podcast is about is home ownership, do you have any advice for people wanting to jump into real estate?
Trying to think like when I went through the process, things that surprised me or that I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Honestly, like people need guys like you. I had a really great mortgage broker and she literally held my hand through the entire process because I was scared. I was like, I've never done this before. This is so much money. And she would call me a few times a week and be like, okay, this is where we're at. This is what I need from you. And she just made me feel really secure and comfortable.
So communication is really important.
Oh my gosh, it was so huge for especially a first-time home buyer.
Right.
So just having a really communicative mortgage broker, I think, made the process a lot easier.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Communication, we get that from you too. So like when Ryan and I were checking out space, your communication was top notch. And that was also part of the decision-making process for us.
Yeah.
Like just the lack of follow-up from other people. We're like, didn't get a good feeling about that.
Right, because if they're not following up with you and you're not even a paying member yet, that's the best you're going to get,
You're out.
is right out the gate. So, yeah.
On that note, tell everybody how they can find you if they're looking for space.
Our website is worksphere.space, and you can request a tour on there. We also have an Instagram. It's at Worksphere Coworking. You can message me on there.
I've been on it.
I have not. It's a little needs a little love, but that's okay.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to ask you is, like the vibe in here, that's all this design work in here is you, yeah?
Yeah, we did not hire a designer. We just kind of shopped and, perused Pinterest and picked things that we liked. And when I say we, Dexter, the owner of the building, his daughter, Jennifer, is kind of like my partner as well. She helps facilitate the spaces. So her and I we've done all the spaces. We've never hired any
That's amazing.
of it out. So
yeah, just like we were talking about, just the vibe in here, like that's so important. Like being able to come into work every day and feel the good energy where you're at. I think a lot of it has to do with how you've set up the space and how you guys have put a lot of thought behind the design in the space.
I agree. And also I just think like I try and have a relationship with everyone that moves in here, and I think that's a big difference.
Mm-hmm. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, because like if people come in and they're like, I don't like that Brittany chick, then they're not going to vibe here,
Right.
But if they come in and we have like a really great conversation and they feel inspired, and I offer any kind of help I can offer, like I just feel like that sets the tone for just a good working environment,
Yep, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So Ryan and I want to get advice from you. So as we grow and build, we eventually want to acquire space in Gig Harbor. So what kind of things should we be looking out for when we're going to be trying to find a space in Gig Harbor?
I would just like put yourself in the shoes of the people who are going to be working there.
Like us right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, and think about, if you have open seating members, if you want to do like a dedicated desk situation, just the layout of the space is really important. Or even considering like, is there room in this space to build more offices? Because that's what we've done here.
Yeah, this whole row of offices is all new, right?
This whole mezzanine was totally empty when we got the building.
Oh, really?
So we did this whole build out. We added 23 units in July of 22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this was really a project that came from COVID.
Yes.
In a way, kind of the necessity of needing a shared workspace environment.
And we walked in soon after.
Yeah.
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 Well, when we opened our doors in September of 2020, and like starting a business with a shared space during COVID, we were like, what did we get ourselves into? And quickly, our private offices sold out immediately.
They did.
Yeah. So I was like, well, if this is going to be a viable business, like we have to have more offices. And people love these small spaces. It's perfect for
We don't
just
need
one
any more
person.
than this.
Yeah.
Well, what COVID taught us is we don't need any more than this.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much. You can do everything via Zoom. You can do everything remotely. And you and I share this, 8 by 12 foot space, and it's absolutely more than enough room. And we could bring more people on, with the shared workspace down there. And even they could plug into our computers up here and just rock. Like, you don't need more. People, it's replacing what we're going to build. We'll replace what we came from, like a 3,500 square foot office. We don't need more than our 8 by 12.
With a $20,000 a month lease or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what do you see the future of office space? Do you see kind of people, 'cause I've read in the media there's been a lot of talk of wanting to go back to filling these commercial spaces and having workers come into work, or do you see more of this thing trending forward?
I think when you see those lines like in the news or whatever, you have to consider who's gaining with going back to work full time. I think a lot of company owners are in these long-term leases and they have to justify the money that they're paying every month for these huge campuses or $20,000 a month office space. And I just think like that's probably not going to continue.
It's not sustainable,
It's not sustainable. It's not needed. I think we're understanding that there's a great balance needed between like flexibility and work from home, but also the ability to come in and connect with people. I think hybrid.
Absolutely. That's huge for us. Like connecting with each other and connecting with all the people around here has been absolutely amazing. I love even coming in alone. Having the extra people around is awesome. And it's even better that they're not working for us or with us.
Yeah.
Having the different businesses is really cool.
It kind of takes that like office politics out of the office, because you're not like, hanging out with HR in the kitchen or whatever. Like, like it's people who just work in the building that you can be friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the fact that it's low pressure there. And I also feel a sense of camaraderie with all the other tenants in here because we're all grinding and hustling to try to build something. And I feel like we're in it together, even though we're not working like within the same company. I feel like we're working together to build something. It's super
so
unique.
True. And like, even though this is my business and I run it, like I feel like that too. Like I'm totally like in the trenches with you guys, like trying to build something, you know, trying to make it happen every day. So yeah, it's cool.
We love coming over to your office and borrowing your drill, putting holes in your
tape.
walls.
Yeah. Hey, Brittany, do you have tape? Hey, Brittany, do you got a wrench? Hey, Brittany, do you got a drill?
I'm like, yep.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're like pounding away on the walls.
Oh my gosh,
the blackboard set up.
The tenants on the other side are like, what is going on over there? Oh, don't worry. We're just putting more holes in the walls
Just
and
a little
hanging boards.
renovation. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So as far as our space goes, so the third floor, Ryan and I will be able to plug into that for like social events and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's hard to kind of convey to our viewers and our listeners, but the third floor, like we just have like a mezzanine area with like totally open concept between the first and second floor. So it feels very open. Mm-hmm. Then the third floor has this amazing space where we can have like social mixers up there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different vibes up there. There's more light from the windows. It's kind of like a softer color palette. There's like bigger couches.
Mm-hmm. The sound is muted.
The sound is muted because there's a drop ceiling. So it's definitely like almost like quieter and calmer up there. And this is kind of like the busy space down here.
The cool thing is when we came a year ago, this place is actually better now than it was then.
Well, that's great to hear.
From the standpoint of like that third floor is actually really cool. You have how many TVs up there?
There's 3 TVs up
there. 3 TVs.
Yeah.
There's cornhole.
There's giant couch in the middle.
Yeah.
Like it's a great place to go up and just relax and be able to kind of kick back if you need that. Mm-hmm. It's a great place to have, I mean, honestly, you could have a party up there of a couple hundred people probably.
Probably, yeah.
It's giant.
It's that big.
It's big.
Yeah. I always thought if there was ever a zombie attack, Worksphere would be a great place to be in.
We're just all going to
be chilling out.
I've never thought that, but now I will.
Yeah. This would be a great place to be in a zombie attack.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself ideally? Like if you look 5 years into the future in this business,
this is a really good question,
Brittany,
by the way.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself?
Great question. So I think this is something that a lot of small business owners struggle with, where like you're so caught up in the day-to-day of running the business. You're working in your business. You're not working on your business. So I'm paying invoices, answering customer questions, like responding to maintenance stuff, my lock is broken. The day-to-day
minutia.
Exactly, the day-to-day minutia. And I really would like to remove myself from that and be able to focus on the direction of the bigger picture direction of the business, like more locations, hiring, training, really like honing in on our brand and just cultivating more of like a culture of the company. So I would like to have a kind of a higher level position, but you got to work in the trenches before you can get out. So
do you guys have any ambitions for taking this brand to a national level? Or into major metropolitan markets elsewhere in other states?
Potentially, yeah.
Because we do, and we'd really love for you to be in all of your buildings. So, honestly, San Diego's next for you, and then maybe Austin, Texas.
Who knows?
Sky's the limit.
It makes me nervous. I'm a control freak, so I want to be in the spaces and seeing them all the time. And I think I guess you just have to hire good people and trust them, but... yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go national. We'll see. Never say never.
Maybe regionally. How about regionally?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ryan and I, as we've been talking, Worksphere has actually been in the forefront of a lot of our planning, believe it or not. So we're taking what we're building, we're keeping our overhead costs pretty low, relatively speaking, to other people that are in our industry. Mm-hmm. And we're able to reinvest that money that we're not having to spend on the overhead back into the business for lead generation and cultivating more loan officers coming on board with us. And so we're like, oh my gosh, if we can run lean and mean here and build a $10 million a month branch here, mm-hmm. we should be able to do this and duplicate and replicate this in all these other markets we want to get into. Mm-hmm. We're like, this is the model to do it. Worksphere.
100%.
Like, people are working remotely. We can have a licensed location, have minimal cost, and just get up and run with it.
It's just smart business.
Yeah.
And it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. So what other type of clientele, give me like an idea of the types of businesses that are in here. Is it just pretty much a wide array, or is it like kind of a more narrow focus of the types of businesses?
It's definitely a wide array. So yeah, we have you guys, we have a lot of like business consultants. I would say if there's a theme, it would be like a business consultant. We have like the guy who repairs cell phones. We have a lady that does permanent makeup. We have a few nonprofits in here. Who else is in here?
Eyebrows over there?
Yeah, eyebrows over there. Misty does event planning. Tasman has a barbershop. Like, it's kind of all over the map. And I wanted it to be that way because I know there's a lot of people, even especially in like the personal services industry, they have a hard time finding space. So if we can make it work here, then I'm all about it.
You know what else I love about that is the level of diversity that this promotes.
I agree.
Yeah. So
it's what makes this place cool.
Yeah. I think that's one of the unspoken things in my mind that's made this place really special is the cultural diversity and the background diversity of everybody here. It's like amazing.
It's pretty wide.
Yeah. And that's like kudos to you guys for promoting that.
Well, thank you.
Everybody's professional, but everybody seems to have fun. Like it's a fun professional place.
Yes.
Yep.
And obviously we gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, right. And this is one of the things Ryan and I talk about why we're in sales and it can like really wear us down sometimes, but to come in here and to be able to be energized every day, it really helps us be better for our clients. So I think that's another thing that I've noticed about being in a shared workspace is that level of energy it helps us with in our own business. And then we're able to reciprocate that energy back out. So it becomes like this really great environment with all that.
That's really great feedback. That's exactly the kind of culture I wanted in the building. I didn't want it to be super sterile, tight, buttoned up, kind of like the Wells Fargo building. That place feels like a doctor's office, right?
Yes, it's worse than that. It's Ryan and I we're like kind of cringing, and we're like, what the?
Well, not kind of. We were absolutely cringing. It is
like, yeah, just in the waiting.
Just getting in the elevator to go up was bad enough. When you get to the floors in which they were showing us, it was next level, like stuffy, nose in the air, nobody's friendly, and then we come here and we're like, woohoo, let's go, get work done, be able to talk to people and chill.
Like work doesn't have to suck. I think that should be our slogan.
Yeah, that's a great slogan.
Work doesn't have to suck.
Yeah. And the other thing you spoke to, and this is something Ryan and I have touched on frequently in our shows, is culture. Yeah. Like you have created an amazing office culture here, and you can't, it's hard to replicate or duplicate that anywhere. Like it takes like everybody in that office environment has to be part of producing that culture. So that's what's also amazing about this place is the culture.
I always say culture comes from the top, and you are the top of this place.
Yep.
And because you don't have control over who you're interviewing and who you're bringing in, and you're not really interviewing them for a culture spot. But like you said, if they don't like you, they're probably not going to come here.
Yes.
If they do like you, which most people, I can't imagine anybody that doesn't like you.
They're
going to come here and it's just going to work.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think there are some people who might want space that is, I don't know if intimidating is the right word, but more polished maybe. And that's kind of just not the vibes here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or more, I noticed that the Pioneer Collective, I think is what it's called. I felt like there was more like software type people there that could just kind of put their heads down and program and go slam a Red Bull, you know. I kind of got that vibe there.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is more of a, let's go.
Yeah, it's more collaborative. There's more energy.
Yeah.
You know, there's noise, there's people doing things, there's people laughing, there's, things going on.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be like a library.
And it's 7 days a week. It's not just during the week. Yeah. It's 7 days a week.
We've come in here on Saturdays and Sundays and we're like, is this like a Monday in here?
Exactly.
Party.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, this is great,
Yeah.
And I think too, like in the Northwest, this time of the year can get really gray and blah for a lot of people. This has really helped me because, I mean, I don't know if I technically have seasonal affective disorder, but I think a lot of us like kind of get down in the dumps when it's gray and rainy and dark all the time. But you have so much natural light in here. So like coming in here to work, even if it's raining outside, I'm excited to come in because it's just, I know the environment's going to be good.
Yeah. There's good light in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
definitely.
important.
G Money's growing great.
Yeah. He's our money tree
He's
plant.
our money tree.
That's what we named him.
Well, there's plenty of natural light in here for G Money.
Yes.
He loves it.
G-Money's
Yeah.
super happy.
Yeah. Yeah, we were joking because G Money was taken into like a production recording for some advertisement or commercial or something.
Because we left him out to get some sun.
And then he went to the third
they
floor
snagged
and
it.
then he came back down to the conference room on the second floor. I was like chasing him around the building for 2 weeks.
Like, G-Money, where are you?
Where are you?
And he like grew like 3 inches in the time. I mean, we missed
Yeah.
out on that.
Oh my
That was good.
gosh. That's so funny.
Well, Brittany, do you have any final thoughts for people looking to maybe jump into the shared workspace?
Final thoughts. I would say if you're thinking about getting out of your house or maybe starting a business, definitely come to a place like this because, like you said, it's energizing, it's inspiring, it's affordable. There's really no reason why you shouldn't
At
try
least
it
come
out.
and visit and check it out.
Yeah. And like all our agreements are month to month. We don't nail anybody down for any long-term anything. So
So they
if
can
you
really
don't-
just start with just the most basic membership and start from there to get a feel for it and go from there.
Yeah, if you don't like it, it's all good.
Well, thank you for coming in
Yeah.
and sharing all your experiences with us.
Of course. Thanks
Yes.
for having
Yeah.
me. My pleasure.
And maybe we can do a couple of video shorts of our office space and put them on our channel too, so people
Yeah.
can check it out.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brittany.
Thank you.
You guys can catch our show on the podcast platforms, Apple, iTunes, Amazon, YouTube.
Allinuncensored.com. Go there. They're all there.
They're all there. And you know what, Ryan?
Today's another great day.
It's another great day.